All right, let's dive right in. What we're watching unfold right now is a massive showdown between two of the biggest names in AI, OpenAI and Anthropic. And trust me, this is way more than just a fight for bragging rights. This is a battle that could completely redefine how we create software itself. This whole thing came down to what was basically a photo finish, a super dramatic race to see who could get their latest AI coding tools out to the public first. So, the big question we're going to try to answer today is who actually came out on top? Who won this thing? So, this new battleground, it's not just about making an AI that can write a few lines of code for you anymore. Nope, we're talking about a whole new frontier, something called agentic coding. And this could change, well, pretty much everything. Okay, so what in the world is agentic coding? Well, think of it like this. You're probably used to AI copilots that suggest the next line of code, right? Okay, now imagine instead of a copilot, you have a whole team of autonomous AI agents. You just give them a complex goal like, hey, build me a social media app from scratch. And they get to work, designing it, writing the code, testing it, and even fixing their own bugs. It's not just an upgrade, it's a total revolution. So in one corner, you've got Team OpenAI. They're coming in with their challenger, Codex, which is powered by their latest GPT models. And in the other corner, we have Team Anthropic. Now, they're kind of seen as the incumbent here because their Claude models, especially Claude Code, have already built up this amazing reputation with developers for being incredibly smart with code. These are the two heavyweights going head-to-head. Now this is where the story gets really juicy. This wasn't just some behind-the-scenes competition. It blew up into a public race to the finish line. And it really shows you just how intense this rivalry has gotten. Okay, so check out this timeline. Apparently, both companies were planning to launch their new stuff at the exact same time, 10 a.m. Pacific. But then, just 15 minutes before the big moment, Anthropic jumps the gun and pushes their release live. We're talking a tiny 15-minute gap. But man, what a statement. They beat OpenAI to the punch, and that set the stage for a really dramatic day. So how did OpenAI respond after getting one-upped like that? Well, they didn't just sit back. They came out swinging with a huge move of their own, revealing their powerful new vision for their tool, Codex. It was a clear attempt to grab the headlines right back. OpenAI dropped the announcement for GPT 5.3 Codex, and their claim is, well, it's incredibly audacious. They're not just talking about writing code anymore. They're claiming this model can do nearly anything a developer does on a computer. That's a massive goal, one that's designed to completely reshape the industry. So, what's new under the hood? Well, for starters, it's 25% faster, which is a big deal. But this next part sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. They're saying the model was instrumental in creating and debugging itself. Basically, the AI helped build and fix its own code. Wow. It also powers a slick new desktop app for Mac and, this is key, it brings together multiple AI agents to work in parallel. That's the secret sauce for true agentic coding. And this really shows how they're trying to win developers over. The new app isn't just about raw power, it's about being flexible. You can schedule tasks to run in the background, get all the results organized in a neat little queue, and you can even choose the personality of your AI agent. Like, do you want a no-nonsense pragmatic one or a more empathetic one? It's all about fitting into your workflow. And here's the game plan, straight from OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman. He's basically saying, look, we're confident we already have the most powerful engine, but he thinks the real game changer is putting all that power into a much friendlier, more flexible app. So the strategy is clear. It's not just about having the most horsepower. It's about making that power easy and intuitive to use. Okay, so we've heard the big marketing claims. We've heard the strategy. But talk is cheap, right? What does the hard data actually say? Let's get into the benchmarks and see how these AI models really stack up when you put them to the test. So if you look at this benchmark, Terminal Bench, which tests how well the AI handles complex command line stuff, you can see that, yeah, GPT 5.2 does have the top score. But, and this is a big but, look at how close the competition is. Google's Gemini and Anthropic's Claude Opus are right on its heels. This is not a blowout victory. It is an incredibly tight race. And really, this is the key takeaway from all the testing right now. It's a complicated picture. On other really important benchmarks, like one called SweBench, experts are saying the top models are all roughly equivalent. Their scores are so close, they fall within the statistical margin of error. So what's the bottom line? Based on the tests we have today, there is no single undisputed champion. It's a dead heat. So you might be thinking, okay, if they're all neck and neck, why does any of this matter? Well, this intense competition is huge because it's not just about who's number one this week. This race is actively forging the future of software and, honestly, how all of us interact with computers. This right here, this says it all. In a few hours. That's the potential new time frame for building a complex piece of software from nothing. We are talking about shrinking a process that used to take months or even years down to a single afternoon. That's a staggering leap forward, and it's happening because of this fierce competition. This quote from Sam Altman just nails the new reality we're entering. The main bottleneck in creating something new is no longer the technical challenge of building it. The new limit is just human creativity. The only thing holding us back is how fast we can think of new ideas to feed the AI. And that leaves us with one final and kind of profound question to think about. As these AI agents get better and better, to the point where they can build almost anything we can clearly describe, what does that mean for our role? In a world where the how is automated, what's left for us humans to build? What's the next great frontier for our own ingenuity?